They did it. Ski! Welcome back to the channel, Sonny Squad. If you're new, welcome to the channel. How y'all doing? I'm Sonny and this is Sonny Kicks. Now today we're going to take a look at how Jordan Brand revived the Air Jordan 2 and how it got many different people, including myself, actually putting respect on the Air Jordan 2 for once. Now truthfully, I've seen what Jordan Brand has been doing all year long and it really got me mad interested, so I had to do my research on this shoe and this is what I found. So Michael Jordan debuted the Jordan 2 back in 1986, but the shoe didn't get an official release date until 1987 and was designed by Peter Moore and Bruce Kilgore. For anybody who didn't know, Peter Moore also designed the Air Jordan 1. The original Air Jordan 2s were made in Italy and they also had Italian leather, so you know they went the upscale route with this shoe for sure. And because of that quality upgrade, they retailed for $100 instead of $65 like the Jordan 1. Now anytime we talk about Jordan and his achievements, the first few shoes that we automatically think about is the Air Jordan 3s, specifically the white cement 3s from that dunk contest, black cement 4s for when he hit the game-winning shot against the Cavs in the playoffs, the infrared 6 for his first ever NBA championship, Bright 11 for the most remarkable season that we've ever seen in basketball. They won 73 games and won the championship, but nobody ever really seems to talk about his accomplishments when it comes to the Air Jordan 2. I can kind of see why, but at the same time, this was shocking to me and I don't know why it didn't get displayed as much. But for sure, what I learned is when Jordan debuted the shoe on court, he dropped 50 against the Knicks and then 41 points the next night. And then for the entire season in the Air Jordan 2, he averaged a total of 37.1 points per game. That year, he also received his first scoring title and he won his first dunk contest in the Jordan 2. Now, I can honestly see why that last one got overshadowed because we already know what he did the year after that with the white cement 3s. Now, everything is going great, right? Jordan is killing it in the league. His shoes are going crazy. Each number just gets better and better. He just did a three-peat. So for the 10-year anniversary with Nike in 1994, they re-released the original Air Jordan 2, but it didn't come with that Italian leather. But hey, it still looked the exact same. And those sales were horrendous. It appears that back in that time, no matter how many great things Jordan was doing, they weren't focused about going back to get shoes. They were looking towards the future. And of course, with the Jordan 3s, 4s, 5s, 6, 7, 8, nobody wanted no Jordan 2s. They was looking towards what was coming next. And for the most part, when you look at the Air Jordan 2, it's a very simplistic shoe. There's not really much going on with it. So fast forward a few years and it's kind of the same. The Jordan 2 has just been struggling. Of course, you had a couple standout colorways, but for the most part, the shape and just the colorways and yeah, it was just hard for people to really gravitate towards that shoe. And of course, when you just keep going along through the years, yeah, you got all this new technology. Then of course you had the new Nike basketball era, LeBron's, KD's, foam posits, all that good stuff. But of course, like every Jordan sneaker, there's a small following behind that specific sneaker. But in terms of the mainstream sneaker community and whatnot, the Jordan 2s wasn't really getting much respect. And I ain't gonna lie, I'm a part of that, but I have my reasons. For a few examples, actually, I'm not a fan of the shape that they've been coming out with in recent years. They always just looked very bulky and wide, and I'm a pretty skinny and lanky person, so that wasn't corresponding with me. There are a few colorways that I did like. The Varsity Red. Over time, I did start liking the Dorenbecker 2. There's this purple Air Jordan 2 that I can't quite remember, but I did like the colorway on that, but that's really where it ends. Everything else I wasn't a fan of, especially the Jordan 2 lows. Oh my. You'll never see me in a pair of those. Well, let me not say never, but in fact, I actually remember seeing the Air Jordan 2 lows in 2016 sitting on sale for, I think it was like $80. The amount of Air Jordan 2s I saw sitting on shelves is wild. Fast forward to 2021, a major mainstream trend that has just gained so much attention is vintage. No matter what it is, any kind of vintage aesthetic, people was loving it. And because of that, the Air Jordan 1 was going sick. Like, it was selling out left and right. It was really hard to get a pair of Air Jordan 1s. Resale was going crazy. And it was like a perfect storm was brewing. So what did Nike do? You take your biggest collaborator and have them work on the shoe. And that's exactly what Virgil did. He threw his own story behind it, threw his signature off-white design on the shoes. Needless to say, they definitely sold out. And so after that, what does Nike do for 2022? Every Air Jordan 2 that's releasing is a collab. I don't know if y'all realize that or not, but J Balvin, Nina Chanel, Abney, Union, Alma Meniere, and a few other brands have put their own story, twist, colorways, and all that good stuff on the Air Jordan 2. And for the most part, they've been pretty successful with it. And I ain't gonna lie, the Gray Fog Union 2 is definitely on my top 10 list of this year. I wore these to an event, a fair, dinner, several other different places. Yeah, these shoes right here definitely grabbed my attention. And I don't know if you were able to tell, but it literally fixed all the problems I had with the Jordan 2. They threw on, for one, a really nice colorway. They made the shoe slightly slimmer. They removed all that extra padding so it wasn't very thick and fat at the top. I just need another pair at this point. And with this mass emergence of Air Jordan 2s throughout the entire year, you already know they had to end it off with a bang. So what are we getting on December 30th of this year? The Air Jordan 2 Chicago, back in its OG form since 1994. Now I gotta give a huge shout out to Kickscroll because they let me try out these Al Mama Year 2s. Like I said before, the Union 2s are completely different in terms of structure from the original Air Jordan 2. So of course what I had to do was go and find a regular Air Jordan 2 and see how it works. And Kickscroll gave me that ability to try them out, see how they fit, try on different outfits and stuff like that with them. And after trying them out, I see that they really are comfortable. When the shoe does release, I'm gonna have to go true to size because of the extra padding that's on the inside. And personally, I think they look way better when you cover the shoe, because when you have pants sitting on top of it, I'm not really a fan of how that looks because of how wide it is. But when you cover them, they look so much better. And also, when I look at the shoe from a bird's eye view, I'm not too hot on how it looks because it does look very wide and thick, and yeah, not a fan of that. But hey, it looks good from the side, different angles, good stuff like that. So now here's what really made me go ahead and just hit the green light on making this video. I had went on Instagram and I posted a poll asking people what they thought about the Air Jordan 2 model. So according to the results, 53% of people said that it was fire, 24% said trash, and the last 24% said that it depends on the color. And that was just astonishing in my opinion, because I have never seen people talk about the Air Jordan 2 this much on my timeline. Whenever I talk to people about shoes and whatnot, the Jordan 2s really never came up. If anything, they came up probably like once out of many conversations. But now, yeah, they definitely come up into the rotation, especially the shoes that are coming out next year. Like these white and green Jordan 2s, these are definitely clean, but it says that they're coming out in February, and yeah, there's already a lot of crazy stuff coming out in February, so I might actually end up missing out on those. But hey, if they sit or just don't sell that well, I'll still pick up a pair later on down the road, because yeah, these joints is nice. And for anybody that was curious about the aftermarket when it comes to the Jordan 2s, for an early pair of the Chicago 2 on StockX, it's going for about 400 and something. But then on Go app, it's going for like 700 and something. I'm not really sure where that number came from, but y'all ain't getting my money. Now, if you enjoy content like this and want to see more, this is definitely the place for you. I do other sneaker reviews, how to style videos, lacing videos, and yeah, just about anything that has to do with sneaker and clothing related content, it's all here on the channel. So once again, if you enjoyed, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, or if you haven't yet, bro, what are you waiting for? The grind is not stopping. We're in that road to 100K. Comment down below what you think about the Air Jordan 2, and
yeah.
Hope you guys all have a great day. Stay safe and see you next time.
I'm the best thing since sliced bread. True indeed, beat murdering since I stopped with the Hooper dreams. Who the king with the pen, with no dope sold. I'm ice cream cold, the flow is in with one cold stone. A lost angel with a mamba mint.